If you don't think like a media exec, you will be cooked for the rest of 2025 and beyond as a creator. Audience interests are changing daily, competition is fierce, more and more people are finding ways to financial freedom through the internet and ditching their 9-to-5, so you don't really have time to mess around or waste. And to make the big money, you have to start thinking like a media exec. Hi, my name is Bobby and I'm a SwiftUI iOS software developer, and I built an ecosystem of 13 apps for iPhone, iPad and macOS for creators and creator entrepreneurs that optimize their time and grow their revenue. And in this video, I want to share with you a few reasons why creators need to think like media execs in 2025 and beyond. YouTube is the #1 platform when it comes to streaming, and there's a reason why. YouTube's primary goal now is to balance the relationship between the creator, advertiser, and the viewer. And creators need to be kept so sweet that they have opportunities to reach new viewers and make money through AdSense. Now, advertisers need to be kept sweet so they can be in front of the right potential buyers of their product or services, and the viewers need to be kept sweet so they are shown videos that they actually might like. So managing these relationships requires a certain level of media programming to make sure the ecosystem is running smoothly. Hence why programming needs to be your second language as a creator. Now, if you think back to how TV used to be incredibly popular years ago, it all stemmed from programming. Okay, so you would flick through channels and there would be scheduled shows on set times. And this would allow the viewer the choice of what they wanted to watch, or even plan out what they might watch in the future. Now, we have over 2 million channels on YouTube to choose from, whereas before terrestrial TV only had 5, and then with cable, you had say up to, 100 channels. So what I've actually observed from some channels using software like Brilliant Markets to analyze the created data is that creators are doing this at a small scale. For example, they might say, tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. for the new video, right? So they're prepping the viewer for weekly uploads. And that consistency, it pretty much allows the viewer to not be overwhelmed to watch immediately as they see something randomly pop up on their feed in surprise form, right? So this is a level of programming. And of course, large creators can get away with doing things like that as they already have a dedicated and returning audience to command that level of attention. So new creators, they don't have the liberty in the early days. So the volume of videos is actually key. When you think about the advertisement piece of the YouTube puzzle, you have to consider what companies are willing to pay for in terms of creator brand deals and sponsorship. So I found that creators and channels who I would say more universally appealing, right? There's no curse words, niche audience, but large audience. They tend to do well and can build multi-video sponsorships with brands. And this can provide excellent income streams for creators, which is predictable forecasting from a financial perspective. So thinking again to traditional TV, studios and channels, they would sell the advertisement slots to brands and products who wanted time in front of their audience during a broadcast. The same concept applies today. It's just the brands go directly to the creator instead of some conglomerate. So you can get a laser focused approach with the desired audience based on the creator and what content they make. So thinking like a media exec, factoring in these things into your content is paramount. Let's take Matt Armstrong's channel as an example, right? He's someone who I definitely subscribe to, and he's a content creator who makes auto vehicle repair, crash, damage cars, restores them and builds them back. And he's constantly on the go working with his friends in the garage. So time away from the cars is tough. Hence why things like meal replacements and the brand Y Foods, which I personally tried and are great by the way, would partner with him and have done for years on his channel because his brand and his audience fit their product, right? People on the go, into fitness, wanting to remain healthy while working long hours like me. And that's why I bought the product based on seeing it on his channel. So I trust him based on the hours and hours of content I've seen from his channel. And therefore I extend that trust to try Y foods. And that's what's powerful about the correct brand deals and sponsorships. Now, if you want to grow a successful creative business in this digital gold rush, then it would make sense to know roughly where the gold is, right? So you can dig for it in the right places. Of course it does. So thinking just like a creator or just like an executive isn't going to work for you. And you must become a hybrid between these two. And that is where the gold is. So back in the old days of YouTube, you could be as creative as you like and just post with no strategy. And today the landscape of YouTube is totally different, right? We've evolved from social media to just media. People are consuming things they like without necessarily a huge social element, other than, say, the comment section, which is more reactionary to what the viewer has just actually consumed. So with that being said, if people are consuming media now, then your content and media should be optimized as such to engage the potential audience that you're seeking. For example, my overarching topic is creator economy. It's software for creators, software for creator entrepreneurs. So these are the few areas I can bounce around related to those topics. Now, if videos resonate with my desired audience, then naturally the social element kicks back in through comments. If videos resonate with my desired audience, then naturally the social element kicks back in through comments and the conversations that can spark from those comments. The top tier YouTubers on the platform have all taken a media executive mindset to their channels, their creativity, and their output. So even if you're a small creator, it would make sense to start with that as the end goal in mind. And Mr. Beast, for example, he's partnered with Amazon for Beast Games. Dude Perfect, they have their own app where they have additional content that's designed for their core audience. The Sidemen, they have their own network channel for curated content, and that is all programming. Joe Rogan, Colin and Samir, Chris Williamson, Patrick Bet-David, and Value Entertainment, the list goes on. It's the media executive mindset that will propel creators to the highest level on YouTube, and if they want a growing and thriving creator-led business on the internet. One of my favorite examples of a creator taking on a media executive mindset whilst remaining an out-and-out creator is Ryan Trahan. And I've covered him on Brilliant Markets previously. So for starters, he makes great entertaining videos. His videos are wholesome, they attract a wide demographic of people, and he's funny, he's himself, and more important, he makes quality videos that get hundreds of millions of views per month, all by using an iPhone. And not only that, he acquired a stake in a candy brand a year ago, right? Joyride. So he's managed to take it to the number 2 selling candy in Target from the bottom of the charts, which is an incredible achievement in such a short space of time. Yes, he's got 90.7 million subscribers, but nonetheless, to take a brand that high up in the rankings in a giant corporation like Target is quite an achievement, in my opinion. Now, my theory is that he's adopted a media executive mindset in order to achieve this goal. And I've seen it personally from watching his channel for quite some time now, I'd say over a year, that he consistently weaved in the candy brand into the stories of his videos. To my satisfaction, he didn't do it in the traditional cheesy, unimaginative YouTuber sponsored ad style, right? He did it in a cool, thoughtful, and creative style, which doesn't feel like an ad. And this is advertisement at the highest order. When you see a product and you feel compelled to go and buy it because the creative was that good. Now, this takes skill and innovation, and Ryan Trahan is definitely someone, in my opinion, one of the best at doing this specifically, hands down. The mindset of a media executive when it comes to YouTube, in my opinion, is inevitable. So with so many visual choices to make every day, creators need to leverage strategy in their creativity in order to build a solid business for the long run. Audience demand is constantly evolving. Creativity continues to push the boundaries. So I believe it's important for creators who want success on the internet, and especially YouTube, is to think like a media executive. Now, if you like this video, subscribe, and if you have ever thought why nobody is watching your videos, then watch this video right here and I'll tell you why.